Why your cat touches you with one paw. Your cat just looked you dead in the eyes, slowly lifted one paw, and tapped you on the arm. No reason. No explanation. Just tap. And now you're sitting here wondering if your cat is trying to tell you something important, or if they're just messing with you on purpose. The answer might actually surprise you. Because that tiny little tap, it means way more than you think. Cats do a lot of weird stuff. They knock things off tables for no reason. They stare at walls. They run at 3 a.m. like something is chasing them. But out of everything they do, the one-paw touch is honestly one of the most fascinating things they can do to a human. And most cat owners just think it's cute and move on. But once you actually understand what's going on behind that little tap, you're never going to look at your cat the same way again. Today we're going through every single reason why your cat touches you with one paw, from the sweet and wholesome, to the slightly manipulative, to the actually kind of impressive from a science standpoint. So let's get into it. Here's the thing about cats. They don't talk, obviously, but they have a whole system of communication that most people just completely miss because we're not paying close enough attention. Dogs are easy to read. Tail wagging, jumping, barking. You know exactly what a dog wants. Cats are different. They're subtle. They do small, specific things that carry a lot of meaning. And if you don't know what to look for, you just think they're being random. The one-paw touch is a perfect example of this. It looks random. It feels random. But it is absolutely not random. Your cat made a decision to reach out and touch you. That was intentional. And depending on how they did it, when they did it, and what their body looked like when they did it, it could mean completely different things. So the problem is this. Most cat owners have no idea what their cat is actually saying when they do this. And that means you might be misreading your cat constantly and not even know it. Let's fix that. Reason number 1. They're trying to get your attention. Let's start with the most obvious one. Because yes, sometimes your cat taps you because they simply want you to pay attention to them right now. Not in 5 minutes. Not when you finish your show. Right now. This usually happens when you're distracted. You're on your phone, you're watching something, you're working on your laptop, and your cat walks over, sits next to you, and gives you one single tap on the hand or the arm. It's basically the cat version of someone tapping you on the shoulder in a conversation. Except instead of saying, "Hey, excuse me," your cat is saying, "Hey, stop ignoring me, I exist." What's funny about this is that one tap is usually just the beginning. If you ignore the first tap, you're going to get another one, then another. And then at some point your cat just puts the paw on you and leaves it there, staring at you. Like, "I will stay like this until you acknowledge me." And honestly, it works every time. Because we always look. Reason number 2. They're checking if you're alive. Okay, this one sounds like a joke, but it's actually a real thing that cats do. If you're lying very still, like sleeping, or just zoning out on the couch, your cat might come over and give you a little tap. Just one. And then they wait. What they're doing is basically checking for a response. They want to see if you move, if you react, if you make a sound. They're verifying that you're still a living, breathing, responsive creature. This might sound dramatic, but think about it. Cats are natural hunters, and they're very tuned in to the behavior of other animals. An animal that's completely still and not responding to anything is unusual to them. So they check. Some cats do this really gently, like a soft little tap on your face or your hand. Other cats are a bit more aggressive about it and will tap you harder until you react. Either way, if your cat taps you while you're sleeping and you wake up to a cat just staring at you waiting for a response, they were checking. You're welcome for that information. Reason number 3, they're being affectionate. Not every cat rubs against you or headbutts you to show they like you. Some cats are a little more reserved about it. They don't want to go full cuddle mode, but they still want to make some kind of contact with you. So they tap you, or they rest their paw on you without pressing hard. Just a light touch. This is actually a pretty big deal coming from certain cats, especially cats that didn't grow up around a lot of human contact, or cats that are naturally more independent. For them, choosing to reach out and physically touch you is a meaningful thing. Think of it like a cat that doesn't like hugs, but will occasionally hold your hand. That's kind of what's happening. If your cat does this and they look relaxed, eyes soft, ears in a neutral position, body calm, then yeah, that's affection. Your cat likes you, and they're just quietly telling you that without making it a whole big thing. Reason number 4, they're testing boundaries. Cats are curious about everything, including you. And one of the ways they explore and test their environment is through touch. Sometimes that tap isn't about getting attention or showing love. It's more like a small experiment. What happens if I touch this human right now? What do? This is especially common in kittens, who are literally learning how the world works and will poke and tap everything they come across. But adult cats do it too. You might notice your cat does this and then immediately looks at your face. They're watching your reaction. They want to see what you do. Do you move? Do you make a noise? Do you give them attention? Do you tell them to stop? Your reaction actually teaches them something. If tapping you results in you immediately giving them attention, they learn that tapping equals attention. Which brings us right back to reason number 1, because now they've trained you. Congratulations. Reason number 5, they want something specific. This is where it gets really interesting, because cats can actually be very specific about what they're communicating when they touch you. A tap on the arm while you're eating might mean, I want some of that food. A tap on the leg while you're standing near their empty bowl might mean, you forgot to feed me, and I'm not going to let you forget again. A tap on the face at 6 a.m. means, it is time for breakfast, and I don't care that it's the weekend. Cats that live with humans for a long time figure out that certain actions get certain responses. They're not just randomly touching you. They've done the research. They know that if they tap you in this specific context, you tend to do the thing they want. It's honestly kind of impressive when you think about it. Your cat has been running behavioral experiments on you this entire time, and you had no idea. Reason number 6, they're claiming you. Cats have scent glands in their paws. When they touch you, even gently, they're leaving a small amount of their scent on you. This is a marking behavior. It's the same principle as when cats rub their faces on things or scratch surfaces. They're saying, this is mine. Now, before you feel weird about being marked like a piece of furniture, understand that this is actually a positive thing in cat language. Cats don't mark things they don't care about. They mark things that are important to them, things that belong in their territory, things they want to keep. So when your cat taps you and leaves their scent on you, they're basically including you in their safe space. You're part of their world. You're claimed. You're theirs, which is either very sweet or slightly terrifying, depending on how you look at it. Reason number 7, they're feeling insecure or anxious. Sometimes that paw touch isn't about wanting something. It's about needing reassurance. Cats can feel anxious, stressed, or uncertain. And when they do, some cats seek physical contact with their owner as a way to feel safe. The touch is grounding for them. It's like a small reminder that you're there and everything is okay. This is more common in cats that are strongly bonded to their owner. If there's been a change in the home, a new pet, a move, a different schedule, a stranger visiting, your cat might be more likely to touch you in this quiet, gentle way. If you notice this happening during or after something stressful, your cat isn't being needy or clingy. They're just a little overwhelmed, and you happen to be the most comforting thing in their world. Reason number 8, they're playing or about to. Sometimes a tap is just the warm-up. Your cat reaches out, touches you, and then their eyes go wide and they bolt. Or they tap you and immediately go into that low crouching, I'm about to pounce on something position. In this case, the tap was an invitation. Your cat wants to play, and they're signaling the start of the game by making contact with you. Some cats do this with actual toys too. They'll tap the toy, then look at you, then tap it again. They're trying to get you to engage. They want you to make the toy move so they can chase it. If the tap is followed by energy, wide eyes, twitchy tail, a little bounce, it's playtime. Your cat is bored, and they've decided you're going to fix that. Reason number 9, they're telling you to stop. This is the one people miss the most, and it's the most important one to understand. Sometimes a paw touch is not a friendly gesture. Sometimes it's a warning. If you're petting your cat, and they suddenly place a paw on your hand, not playfully, not gently, they might be telling you to stop. This is especially true if they're not pressing down with their claws, but the movement feels firm. It's a signal that says, enough. Cats have a thing called petting-induced overstimulation. Basically, they can enjoy being touched and then suddenly feel like it's too much, and they'll reach out and put a paw on you as a way of saying, okay, we're done now. The key is to look at the rest of their body. If the tail is swishing, if the ears are going back, if they look tense. The paw is a polite version of stop before this gets worse. The impolite version is a bite. And most cats give you the paw warning before they get to the bite, so it's worth paying attention to. So here's the big thing that ties all of this together. All of these reasons, the attention-seeking, the affection, the anxiety, the play, the claiming, the warning, they all come down to one simple idea. Your cat chose to reach out to you. Out of everything they could do, they reached out and made physical contact with you specifically. In cat language, that's actually a significant thing. Cats are not naturally big on touch with animals they don't trust. Wild cats don't just casually tap other animals. Touch means something. The fact that your cat does this to you, even if it's just to demand food at 6 a.m., is a sign that they see you as someone worth communicating with, someone worth touching, someone in their world. And the really cool part? The more you respond to these taps correctly, meaning the more you actually pay attention to what the tap means in that moment, the better you understand your cat, and the better your cat understands that you're listening. That communication gets stronger over time. Cats do learn which behaviors work with specific humans. If you respond to a certain kind of tap with the right thing, giving attention when they want it, backing off when they need space, feeding them when they're at the bowl, they'll start using that tap more deliberately. You and your cat are basically building a private language together, one paw tap at a time. So to wrap it all up, when your cat touches you with one paw, it could be they want your attention right now. They're checking that you're alive, which is funny but also kind of sweet. They're showing quiet affection in their own non-dramatic way. They're running behavioral tests on you to figure out how you work. They want something specific, and they've decided this is the moment to ask. They're marking you as part of their safe space. They're feeling a little anxious and want to feel close to you. They're warming up to play, and you're about to be their entertainment. Or they're politely telling you to stop what you're doing before they stop being polite about it. The magic is in the details. The same paw, doing the same motion, can mean completely different things depending on the context. That's what makes cats so interesting. They're not simple. They have layers. And the more time you spend actually watching them and responding to what they're doing, the more of those layers you start to see. Your cat is talking to you all the time. That little tap is just one word in a much bigger conversation. If you want to understand more about what your cat is actually trying to tell you, subscribe, because there's a lot more where this came from.